Chapter 28. What? Gideon began. No, it can't be, Dick interrupted. They wouldn't. But the two of them stopped and peered at Tessa. People are looking for us, Tessa said. They're all over the place back there. She gestured toward the last hallway, now far, far behind them. Why aren't any of them looking for us here? Because we outsmarted them, Gideon said. He stopped and looked at Deck. Did you come to headquarters for the test to get the military academy? To get into the military academy? He asked her. Yeah, and there were people everywhere, Deck said. I can't think of a single hall I walked down where somebody wasn't always bumping into me. And now we've been running down halls for 15 minutes and haven't seen a single soul, Gideon said. Not even somebody just standing around shooting the breeze. Exactly, Deck said. Tessa's right. They have to be letting us escape on purpose. But why? Tessa asked. Is it the easiest way to make us go away and keep us quiet? Gideon asked. Or are they setting us up so they can shoot to kill when we become dangerous criminal masterminds on the run for days? Deck asked sharply. Tessa had to clutch the railing that ran along the wall. They wouldn't even give us a chance to speak, Tessa thought. No chance to ask any more questions, to explain, to say goodbye to anyone? Gideon stepped toward the wall, and for a moment, Tessa had the wild thought that he was going to hug her, comfort her. Instead, he ran his fingers along the railing. This is a risk, but we have to know, he murmured. He must have hit some sort of release because suddenly a portion of the wall turned into a computer screen, with a keyboard sliding out of the railing. Gideon's fingers flew over the keys, and code flashed by at the screen. You can't do that, Deck protested. She tried to pull back his arm. Now they'll see exactly where we are. Gideon shook her off. Relax, I'm using a decoy ID, he said. Screenfuls of information flashed by so rapidly, Tessa barely got a glimpse of any of it. She didn't know how Gideon could read it and judge it and dismiss it all so quickly. But then a map appeared, and Gideon lingered on this site. It took Tessa a moment to realize that the map showed the entire military academy, entire military headquarters, each hallway laid out in exact detail. No wonder I thought it looked like a maze, Tessa thought. It is one. Hundreds of halls lay in concentric circles, intersected by diagonals, and the occasional trace of a straight line grid. Everything seemed to be circling a large, dark space in the center. Tessa looked toward the outer portions of the halls, hoping to spot their exact location. Surely they'd been moving toward the exits. 1 minute ago, Tessin said. Surely they'd be moving toward the exits. 1 minute ago, Gideon said, changing the scene. 2 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago. He'd coded the view somehow so they could see the masses of people moving through the halls. The people were indeed in huge crowds throughout the building except for certain narrow hallways left open and free and clear. The open hallways kept changing. Tessa guessed that those were the hallways that she and Gideon and Deck were moving down, the hallways they'd moved down only moments ago. They aren't letting us go, Gideon said, squinting at the computer screen. Not necessarily. They're just herding everybody else away from us and keeping us away from... He let his voice trail off. What are we going to do? Tessa asked. We're going exactly where they don't want us, Gideon said. There. He pointed to the darkened area in the center of the map. Tessa looked for some identifying label, but if one existed, it didn't show up against the black. What is that? Tessa asked. Gideon turned and faced her directly. He was looking right in her eyes. That, he said, is the control room for the entire war, where all the answers are.